Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today it's a different location. We're in my car because my mother is a businesswoman and so she's always making phone calls in the home. So I needed somewhere quiet to go and just do a quick video. If anything, the type of woman I never want to be, and I really just pray and I ask God, like, never allow me to be this woman, and never to allow my little sister to be this woman or my best friends to be this woman, which is, a certified pick me. A certified pick me. And I think we're seeing that a lot in the industry with different women. And because we're seeing so many pick-me's in so many different forms, it's kind of hard for you to pick out like who is a pick-me and what is a pick-me. But my definition of a pick-me is a woman who fails to hold men accountable for their actions, who blames women for the different circumstances that women have been placed in, who don't take accountability for their own actions, and who at times can be bandwagoners on different situations. And I mean, when I think about like being like a bandwagoner, I do think of Megan Thee Stallion at times, just because I'm not always sure that the Protect the Black Women movement would have occurred if it wasn't for what happened to her. Because prior to that, Tory Lanez has been a well-known colorist, and I know that because Megan's from Texas, she never really considered herself a darker skinned woman, because I know that the color ranges, the skin tone names in Texas are a little bit different than they are in other places across America. So, I give Megan wiggle room because of, the trauma that has occurred in her life. And I give Summer Walker wiggle room because the trauma that occurred in her life. We all are dealing with our own traumas and our own experiences that we have to grow up and we have to live with and we have to manage. With that being said, I just hope I never become a pick-me, nor do I hope I ever run into pick-me's and become their friends. I have lost a plenty of women friends. I have. And I always place women first, and I always place them first because, like, I want to be your sister. I want to, have the girly bonds with you. Like, I want to be able to do the shopping and the talking and the, like, the fun things that we as women do when we have that bond together. And, just to have a sister, because I do have a sister in real life. I have a biological sister. To have that experience of having a sister, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. So whenever I come across a woman who hates women, and there's a lot, especially within the Black community, there's a lot of women who hate women because we think that we are messy or petty. And it's just like, men are the same way, because the men that they hang out with aren't the men that aren't petty. They're the most petty men probably that I've seen in a minute. And it's just like, because they're men, we make excuses and we don't hold them accountable for their pettiness or their selfishness or them just being outright manipulators until it turns on us and we're in a situation where we've been manipulated on, abused, just lied to. And it's just a bad look, I feel like, for us as women, and then for us as Black women specifically, because I'm talking about things I see day to day in our own community. And when we're talking about holding people accountable or, really calling men out for the things that they do, it doesn't even have to be in a quote unquote aggressive way. It doesn't have to put anybody in danger. But I'm just saying, like, I appreciate it when sisters come to me and be like, hey, that guy, I don't know what your relationship with him is, but just to let you know, he has some bad history. You don't even got to give me details. Oh, really? Okay, thank you, sis. And then, you can proceed with him with caution, even if you guys are just like friends. Even when you're being friends with people, proceed with caution. If you got a warning, be like, okay, let me just... And I think we've all been in a situation where we heard something, but we thought we knew that person better than the rumors that we had heard, until it falls back on us and we're sitting here and we're just like, oh snap, like, this person isn't who I thought this person was. So I really try to remove myself from situations where I'm with pick-me women, because I trust women. I do. I trust women. I believe women. And when you're a pick-me. I can no longer trust you because your judgment is clouded by male perspective, male gaze, male viewpoints, male whatever. You're not even thinking about nothing. You thinking about what makes him look better. You thinking about what he's going to think of you if you have some type of opinion that disagrees with his opinion. You don't care about facts. None of that matters. You think you're the exception to every rule that has ever occurred. You know what I'm saying? Women think that they're better than the next women sometimes. When you go into situations thinking, oh, the girl you were with before me was lame, trash, she didn't do anything, I could do things better than her. When you go into a relationship thinking that way, any type of relationship, whether that be a friendship, your girlfriend, whether you think his mom was just a bad mom and now you gonna baby him, whatever that is, whatever that situation is, and that relationship to that person is, you cannot go in thinking that I'm going to be a better woman than the woman that came before me. You really just cannot. And I think a lot of women, specifically Black women, go into relationships with people thinking I'm going to be a better woman than the woman that came before me. It's this endless competition. And when you are trying to prove that you're a better woman than the next woman, you let things pass. You be trying to be different. You be trying to be different, you know what I'm saying? Like, some things that you wouldn't let slide in any other friendship, relationship, you be letting things slide because you like, okay, well, I know, the woman before me probably cussed you out for this, but because I'm different and better, let me try to be understanding and kind and let this pass and give you warnings. This is warning number 46. And it's just like, where did I get you? Where did that get you? And because you started this imaginary competition with somebody that probably, you don't talk to, because you started this random, this imaginary competition with someone that you don't talk to, you place yourself in a situation where now mentally you're thinking, I don't want to lose to her. And because I don't want to lose to her, I don't want to lose this person. And when you're in your head, like, I don't want to lose this person, I don't want to lose this male friend, this male boyfriend, this whatever he is to you, you end up losing anyway. You kept the relationship barely hanging on by threads, but now you in a situation where I just feel like a lot of people start to get paranoid. I've seen so many women, Black women's health decline, but yeah, I've seen so many Black women's health decline, like, in a matter of weeks, months. And it's easier for your mental health to decline when, like, this is the thing for all the high schoolers who don't know this. Once you graduate high school, you actually feel 24 hours. Like, 24 hours is a real thing. In high school, or just like from elementary school to high school, time doesn't really exist to us because, like, you're in school all day. So, your day doesn't really get started till like 5 p.m., and that's if you're not in after school activities or sports. But now that I'm an adult and I don't have to go to high school anymore and I go to college, it's just like you build bonds so much faster with people because I'm with you all day from morning until night. And in between those hours too. It's a lot of time that you're spending with these people, and it's a lot of time to be manipulated on, hurt, abused, led astray. And you have to have good footing. You have to have a good relationship with your sisters. I really feel like as Black women, we need each other. Like, we need to be best friends with someone that we can trust. Do not, if all your friends are guys, and, I get it. Some people are like, tomboys, or you get along better with men, I tell my little sister who's a tomboy, quote unquote, I'm like, make sure you have girlfriends. And she does, and that's good. And, as she enters in her next stage of life, which is college, make sure you have girlfriends, because guys move differently than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't want to place yourself in uncomfortable positions trying to relate on a level where you just probably mentally cannot. Like, you be really telling you, men be, how do I say this? I think people don't give men enough credit in terms of their ability to really make you feel comfortable and safe, and then switch and turn, their ability to really seek what they want, get it from you, and then dip. And this isn't all men. I'm not, what I'm saying, because I know men are going to be coming like, this isn't all men. No, this isn't all men. I agree. But there's a very large portion who can actually manipulate you. Be careful what you tell everybody. I had a situation where a grown adult man, okay, at that, I was part of a little organization, and I had, said, I think that Black women deal with a lot of trauma. When it came down to a situation where I was not cool with that group anymore, that was the first thing he brought up, is how I felt like Black women deal with a lot of trauma. And it's just like, it's very possible to tell something to someone and then they use it back on, you know what I'm saying? I think there's just so many lessons that can be learned from so many situations. But like, there's Black men out there who have fully grasped the effect of slavery and who have moved past it and who are willing and ready to be great fathers. You purposely chose a man who had already evidence of being a bad father. But because you like to ignore the evidence, now you mad at everybody. And it's just like, this not the time or the place to use this as an example. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, your whole persona is going to hell and back for somebody. It places you in an uncomfortable situation. Like, oh my goodness, you're in an uncomfortable situation right now because you done made a whole brand off of the fact that you a pick-me. Some people's whole brands are that they are a pick-me, and then they try to do the switch, and it's just like, no one's going to be applauding you for this switch, because when you get in a bad situation, but everybody in your camp a pick-me with you, because that's who you said you were, the pick-me is gonna be looking at you like, what do you want me to do about that, bro? Because you encouraged everybody to be a pick-me. You said it was okay because people be wanting to be pick-me's because they feel like nothing bad is ever going to happen to me in my life. Make room for mistakes in your life. When you make room for mistakes in your life, you be looking at other people's mistakes like, noted, but let me not speak on it. I see what happened, but because I'm leaving room for me to make a mistake in my life, let me just and mind my business and take a lesson and go. It should have just been a lesson like, okay, maybe if this person has 3 baby mothers prior to me, 3 women with children by him before me, I should, let's get married. I should question him. Let's get married. Let's do that. Let's do this before we jump into everything. Because you don't think that you're going to be that woman, and I think that's the hardest and the scariest part, is that you just don't know where his life is going to take you. You manifest, you pray, and you do all the right things, but sometimes it is that one mistake that completely turns your life around, and now it's heading in a different direction, or you're doing things sooner than you expected to, and it's very scary. It's very scary, and you never want to place yourself in the position to be humiliated, because you've already humiliated someone prior that's now who was in the shoes that you now stand in. Yeah, that is my rant. That is my warning about pick-me syndrome. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. And, go ahead and, give it a like for my outfit, too. Because, like, look, this little cute little top that I pulled out of my closet, it's a few years old, okay? So we went back in time to pull stuff out of our closet and, make some things cute and, look nice. Okay, love you, everyone. Like, comment, and subscribe. And talk to you later. Bye, guys.